everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute mini macrame plant hanger. So you can pause the screen here for all the lengths in centimetres or check the description for the lengths in feet and inches. So I've got a 5.5 centimetre wooden hoop here, and I've got 6 lots of 160 centimetres, 2 lots of 120 centimetres, 2 lots of 100 centimetres, 2 lots of 90 centimetres, 4 lots of 70, and then 1 lot of 70, so I've got 570 there. So I've got scissors and tape measure, and that is everything that you'll need for this. So I'm going to take the hoop and I'm going to take these 6 lots of 160 centimetres. I'm just taking one out here, and then you're going to fold it in half and we're going to attach it using a lark's head knot. So push the midway point through your hoop, and then we're going to pass those 2 cords through the loop here, and then pull that to the top to tighten it. And that is a lark's head knot. So we're going to go ahead and attach the rest of the 160 centimetre cords all in this lark's head knot like so, and then we can just tighten them. So I'm going to split this into 3 groups of cords, so you would have 4 cords in each group. I'm just going to be working on one set now. And I'm going to take this cord on the right, so the 4th cord, over the middle 2, and the 1st cord is going to come over that one. Underneath the middle 2, and then it'll come through this loop here. And you can pull that to the top to tighten it. And that is 1/2 of a square knot, so we're going to make the other half now. So we're taking this 1st cord, the one on the left, and it will go over the middle 2. So the 4th will go over that one, underneath the middle 2, and then it will come up through this loop here. And then again you can just pull that to the top to tighten it, and then that is a square knot. So we're going to repeat this with the other 2 groups of cords, making 1 square knot on each set. I'll have my playlist of plant hangers linked here because I have loads of different ones that you can check out if you like this one. So now that all 3 square knots have been completed, you can go ahead and do the 2nd row. So for this I'm going to take out the end 2 cords from either side because we won't be needing them for this row because we're doing an alternating row. So now you can see you've got 2 lots of 4 cords. We're going to make a square knot using those. We're going to make 2 square knots using each set of cords here, and I'm going to leave about 1 centimetre between the 2 rows. Just like that. Now for this 3rd layer we're going to bring the end 2 cords back in, and we're going to create a row of 3 square knots, again about 1 centimetre down from the 2nd row. So I'm going to grab the end 2 cords out again, and again make 1 more row of 2 square knots, and then we're going to grab the 2 lots of 120 centimetres and again fold them in half, and we're going to attach them to this next layer. So in order to attach them we need to create a square knot, and it's going to be a bit difficult because obviously 1 cord isn't attached to anything. So I've split it in half and I'm taking the midway point at the top like this, and I'm going to create 1 square knot using these 4 cords. You can see I'm just making a square knot. It's a bit difficult, but once you've got it attached it's a lot easier to create the 2nd half. So just take your time with this to make sure it's nice and neat, and again we're going to be going about 1 centimetre or so down from the last layer. And I'm just going to repeat that on the other side, attaching it using the square knot. Okay, so now that we've got those 2 attached using the square knot, we can again take the 2 end cords out of the way, and we're going to create 3 square knots in the middle, about 1 centimetre down again. So now that that row's done, we're going to grab the 2 lots of 100 centimetres, and again we're going to attach them in the exact same way we did before using the square knot, and again about the same distance down. and then we're going to take the 2 end cords out and then create 4 square knots in the middle there. Now that's done, we can get the 2 lots of 90 centimeters, and you get the idea, so we're going to just attach them again on the end 2 cords using the square knot. Take the end 2 cords out and then create another row of 5 square knots this time, so each time it will increase the amount of square knots that you have to do. Now I'm going to take 4 lots of the 70 centimeters and again attach 2 on either side now in that exact same way, and then fill the middle with the square knot pattern like we did before with the alternating square knots. And then you get to this shape, which is exactly what you want. So we're going to take the end 2 cords and we're going to hold them, and then we're going to flip them inside like this. So then the 2 outer cords will now become the 2 middle cords, and the 2 middle cords become the 2 outer cords, and we're going to create a square knot. So this is just going to bring the 2 sides together and secure them in place. Again, this square knot is going to be about 1 centimeter down. Now I'm just taking my time to make sure it's nice and even on both sides. So now if you hold it up, you can kind of see where your plant will sit. So I'm going to repeat this pattern going round in the circle until it's the length that I would like. So to start off with, I'm just taking 2 cords from that middle square knot that we just created, the last one, and 2 cords from the square knot next to it, and I'm creating a row. But from here, now we want to make the gaps in between the rows slightly bigger, otherwise it's too tight to hold a pot. So here you see I've made it about 1.5 centimeters to 2 centimeters. So it's bigger than what we were doing before, and we're going to create rows of alternating square knots. If we had made the square knots the same distance as the start of this plant hanger, it wouldn't hold a very big pot at all. Hold quite a small one, and it would be really, really tight. So you need the extra gaps in between the rows in order to have a bit of give in the plant hanger so you can put in a bigger pot. So in total I done 13 rows, and that was quite a good size for me and the pot that I wanted to put in it. But if you want to do a couple more rows, feel free to make it your own. Now I'm going to take the last cord of 70 centimeters and I'm just going to flip the plant hanger over like this, so we're going to be working on the back. I'm going to create a wrapping or a gathering knot. So I'm just gathering all the cords in my hand like so. So I'm taking that cord and I'm going to have this small tail at the top here. And I'm going to create this loop. So I've got the small tail and the loop down there, and I'm just taking the long tail cord and I'm just wrapping it around all of the cords quite tightly, as this is what's going to hold your plant in place. So as you can see, I've got the short tail cord here and the loop here. I'm just making sure it looks nice and neat at the front and the cords aren't all bunched up in a weird way. I'm just wrapping the longer tail around a few more times until I've got about 5 or 6 wraps, just to make sure it's nice and secure. Now we can take that long tail bit and go through this loop here. Just like that, and then you can hold it gently in place and pull on the short tail at the top, and you see the loop starts to close and it secures that cord in place. So you can just pull it into the knot now, but don't pull it all the way through the knot as it will undo the knot. So now you have a nice neat knot at the front and all the bumpy bit is at the back, so you can just snip off the excess from that. And now it's time to trim the plant hanger. Of course you can just leave it as is if you want. I like to trim mine. I think I trimmed mine to about 15 centimeters. Don't forget to keep your scrap cords, because I have a playlist dedicated to how you can reuse them, so you don't have to throw them away and nothing gets wasted. And your plant hanger is finished, so now all that's left to do is to hang it up, put in your plant and enjoy it. It's really easy to put in your plant just like so, and it's so easy to hang up as well with the wooden hoop at the top. So I really love how this turned out. It's such a cute mini plant hanger, and I love all the detail of the square knot and the wooden hoop, and I hope you love it too. If you do recreate it, please be sure to tag me on Instagram at LunaCraftsOnline, because I'd really love to see it and share it. And you could make this in so many different colours. I think it would look really nice in a nice green, or maybe sort of an orangey red. That would look really pretty as well. So if you could subscribe, like or comment, that would really help me out and make my day. Again, thank you so much for all your support on here. It's been really crazy and I've loved every minute of it so far. And I hope you have a lovely week. Bye!